Alrighty, welcome in Play-by-Play podcast with you once again for a big week of rugby and all the sports across the country and abroad, gents. Jordan, who's with you alongside Tyler Campbell and Rian Stowers. We missed you both last week, a bit of a scheduling issue, but back together.
Missed us both, mate. It was your scheduling, didn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, you guys aren't very flexible, to be fair.
No, mate, we're busy people.
Yeah.
We've got routines that we like to stay in,
Yeah,
and Tuesday night works for us.
I'm aware. How was your weekends? We good?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Really
good.
chill.
Finally got to chuck the ball around. I think I haven't done it since about
Yeah.
October, so good to get out and get a few minutes under the legs. But yeah, nice little pre-season match against Sunnybank.
We'll get into that a bit later. Just noticed, what's on the back of your head there?
Little tail, man.
Yeah, the rat star. What's going on there? Is
Yeah.
that a new addition or?
Well, not that new. Look how long it is.
True.
No, mate, you just grew that overnight.
Japan life.
Nah, when I cut the mullet off.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
Kept it in.
Kept
Lovely.
It a little bit.
Before we get into it, boys, what was your moment of the week across anything? We can take this wherever you want, boys.
My moment of the week, I sort of had like two.
That's fine.
It's very New Zealand bias.
Yep.
But the New Zealand back threes, every team, and then the New Zealand sevens pathway. Like NRL as well. You got Moses Leo who played on the weekend. He killed it.
Warbrick.
Yeah.
Warbrick. Then you got Highlanders winger Tangata.
Tangata, yeah.
Bro, he's
Beast.
rapid, and that's just to name a few. I know that there's heaps more.
I like that.
Billy
Well,
Simonson, is he back playing for the Eels yet?
Yeah, he played on the weekend as well.
what's your other one?
Just the New Zealand back three.
Oh, okay.
Just
It's electric.
like
Yeah.
every Super Rugby team in New Zealand, their back threes. I think that you're gonna take, like, if you had to take them as a group over. I don't think there's an Australian back three that competes against any of them.
What about, as in per team you're talking about? Combined.
Per team,
Oh,
like
okay.
combined
Yep.
back three, not like individual players.
Yep.
But like per team combined back three, I think you're taking every New Zealand back three.
That's a
over.
good question. Who comes close? Which team has...
I think the Reds back three's been all right. They had a bit of a hiccup on the weekend with, obviously, they lost Lockie Anderson earlier. And then I think they lost Flukie and Dongunu had to go to 13.
Yep.
But I thought Jock was
He's
outstanding.
in great form, Jock, at the moment. He's playing great.
That's probably the closest. Oh, maybe Brumbies.
Yeah.
But
They had the young ones on the way. They great work rate.
yeah,
Shout out to Kai Oates.
Yeah, good on him.
he did well. He did real well.
Shout out to the QPR pathway that the Brumbies are.
We'll get in a bit later. The interesting comment you sent to me during the game. What was yours, TC?
I think the big one on the head's obviously Italy knocking off England for the first time ever.
In 35 games.
35 games.
Yeah.
Like that's a massive moment for them, and you saw the emotion and the vid clips that have come from that, and it just shows how much they've sort of improved. I know we've talked about it on the potty. They had a little bit of a dip back end of last year, other than upsetting the Wallabies, but they've just started to get these big wins, and they're building in confidence, and it's good for the game to see a team that's sort of, I guess, being classed as a lower tier 1, high tier 2 sort of team progress and become better, and it's been an interesting Six Nations comp because everyone sort of beat everyone. But
Bro,
then-
that Minicello, he's
Gun,
a
12.
genuine 12, like an old school
He is a
12.
beast, bro.
Yeah.
That one where he just absolutely levels that guy for the winning try and
Yeah.
throws the pass. He is good. You could argue he is the best 12 in the world.
I was
at
going
the
to
moment.
ask you. That's the
I
conversation.
reckon, I reckon that. I
He's
reckon-
definitely in that equation. Like Geordie Barrett's there, he's there. Dele Alli when he's playing for
Yeah.
South Africa, but
Sione.
hard thing for him is Sione.
Bundy?
Bundy, I
On
think, is
the
a bit
way.
over the hump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's fallen off a bit.
He's obviously
I'd
getting
say
up
it is
there
him,
in age.
eh? I'd say it's the Italian.
I think on performance of the Six
How crazy is that to
Nations,
say?
I know.
his name is definitely in the hat.
I like it. For me, Six Nations, obviously, Scott's putting on 50
What a game.
on France.
You know what? For a high-scoring game, it was a heck of a game to watch. Sometimes those high-scoring games, you're wondering where defense is, but just some of those tries, the way they were scored was just outstanding. And I think when we went through a patch with rugby where the games were quite low-scoring because the defense sort of, I guess, enhanced quicker than the attack did.
Yep.
The attack was able to adapt. Like they brought in the new systems and obviously the line speed and how that's worked. We're finally sort of seeing attacks realise how to play against that defence. Now the D has to sort of work out how we combat that, and you probably saw it in Super Rugby on the weekend too. Like the Chiefs Moana game was quite high scoring. Reds Brumbies, even after being rained off for 2 hours,
Yeah.
that still had 60 plus points scored. So Force and Highlanders,
Highlanders, yep.
there's another
Yeah.
70 points there. So
Yep.
there's a lot of points being scored. So now it's obviously the D's got to try and balance that back up. But it's good to see that we've found a way to combat that and make rugby a little bit more interesting. because there's been some heck of tries to start Super Rugby in particular.
So many crackers. I'm really enjoying Sione Tuipulotu for just as a Scottish captain. He's just different. He's a bit of a character.
Such a proper looking Scotsman too.
Oh, 100%. Do you see him go up
And
and
what a Scottish name, Tuipulotu.
it's on brand. Do you see him go up and try and hug the...
Yeah.
Have you seen the clip before?
That's what I'm saying, the first one.
The second one where it's like,
It's just good banter. Like, it's good to see.
a great man out of Glasgow, Melbourne.
Yep, close.
Putting a bit of humour into something like that, and fair shout to the Queen
Princess
okay. Still at the moment, isn't it?
Right, yeah, I don't know.
Fair shout to her for having a bit of sense of humour as well, because obviously you can see with royals they can be a bit snobby at times, but she's really embraced him and embraced that sort of moment. It gives a good sort of spectacle and media viewage to rugby.
It's a wider conversation, but he'd be pretty handy to have as a 12 for the Wallabies right now.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
But does he become the player he is now if he stayed here, especially at the time when he was coming through? There was a lot of talent with Samu Karevi and etc. running around at 12.
Yep.
So maybe he doesn't get that development. Same could be said for someone like Tom Jordan, who came on and scored in that game.
Yep.
He couldn't even crack Waikato. Went over there, played with Jordan at Ayr, and now he's 23 for Scotland, playing international footy and playing well.
Same as Bundy too. His career of Ireland,
Bundy was just his injuries. I think Bundy was destined to be an All Black, but injuries held him back, and then he made the decision to make money and managed to get a string of games together and get to where he is now.
There we go. Let's go to our Super Rugby round 4 review, boys. There was plenty going on, as you mentioned. The Chiefs 57, Moana 24. D-Mac was back and doing what he does.
That attack looked very fluid at times.
Bro, that's what I've got. The Chiefs' ability to trigger the ball is the best in the comp.
I will say one thing that does concern me as a Chiefs fan is when Moana did get into into the sort of, I guess you call it red zone, where you're defending your try line, they did come away with points. But I do have to say the number 8 from Moana was outstanding. Not Miracle, the other one, I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
Big body. Just dominated collisions, but I think that's a bit of a worrying sign for the Chiefs at the moment. They leaked 24 points in a blowout game, which people probably don't think about, but that's quite a lot. And then they obviously leaked 40-odd points against the Satyrs the week before, and Highlanders did the sort of same thing. They scored 2 late tries to make that game close. So I think they'll be looking at their defense. I think their attack's outstanding. They can score points. It's whether they can restrict teams from scoring points now.
D-Mac back at 10. Are you guys still on the conversation that he's a 10 at Super Rugby, fullback or bench at All Blacks? Is he ever a 10 again for ABs?
I don't think so.
I think he's in the equation. I think he might play a bit of 10 this year with Moanga still not back.
Yeah.
Bodie looked all right on the weekend, but Bodie's starting, you can sort of see, slow down a little bit.
33 is he now too?
Yeah,
He looked good though. He
did
his
some good
direction,
things.
his
His
kicking.
kicks, though, sometimes really annoy me. He does still do there's a couple of shockers in there.
Bro, his attacking kicks were really
His
good.
attacking kicks good. Those long ones that don't go, I reckon, deep. They sort of just find grasp, but around halfway. Those kind of frustrate me a little bit.
What else do you have in this game? Read anything else? Moana?
I just think that Moana, watching them, it looks like they opt out a little bit. Like when the game gets a bit tough, you see the people on the short side and they're just cruising.
Yeah, okay.
And I think, does that come from the coaches or something? That standard isn't really a Super Rugby standard.
Well, they're missing Artie. Driving standards.
I think they're missing the one to follow that sets that and keeps people accountable. I don't think Nani's come back the same player.
Nah, definitely not.
He's not the person we saw, but there's still time for him to adapt back to Super Rugby. He could be that guy. I thought Augie Pulu, he only played half a game in his return. He's another one that can bring that sort of work rate and physicality around the breakdown that might help them. But we've also got to remember the Chiefs are so good, as Rian said, at pulling the trigger. Like that one from the kickoff.
Yeah.
The other thing is they're fast. Quinn Tupaia, I think, is in career best form.
Yeah.
And I think he's putting a lot of pressure on Geordie Barrett for that 12 jersey. I think he's tackling it. I know he missed one tackle and people are in the comments roasting him, but I think he's tackling at 90-something%.
Crazy. Yeah.
He's getting gain line when he carries. He's real good at space. Put the grubber in as well.
Yeah, he's killing it.
He's playing great footy at the moment. So.
And him linking up with the back three that they have.
Fast.
Bro, Amoni and Leroy, they're carving up.
They're sort of yin and yang too, I reckon.
Yeah, different. Leroy's like that hard worker, nitty gritty fella. Amoni is just that freak.
Finisher.
Give him the ball and let him do something.
And it sucks for someone like that. Kyron, his last name.
Tamal Falau.
He's sort of falling victim, I think, to big fish, little pond. Was so good for Moana, but he made a couple of errors in that Highlanders game. It's missed a simple draw and pass, and try to do things himself a little bit, whereas the Chiefs back three connect so well.
But that's why we always thought it was
so
weird him
well.
going there.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well,
For minutes.
They got Nanai as well.
Anthony Nana will probably come back and play at fullback.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Coombs Fabling was good on the weekend.
Yeah,
Like his
he was
fit, he's
gone
so
as
fit.
well. Yeah.
I just don't see where he fits in there anytime soon if we're looking at the Chiefs' top side because, as you said, Amoni and Leroy complement each other really well, but also that whole back three as a unit, even with DMAC, they just work really well. Support play is second to none. You could even add Cortez in the midfield to that. They just managed to get through and be there, and they've got such an athletic back row as well. And I don't even know how their back row is going to look in a couple of weeks because there's going to be an all-black missing out.
Yeah.
Like you got Lord and Tupai Vai in the locks.
Man.
You got Wallace Satiti, Luke Jacobson, Sam Penny Finau, Simon Parker's now an All Black.
Yep. Wow.
I just don't know where everyone fits into that 23.
The last one I had on this game, boys. Are we worried about Moana long term? What's the plan here?
I wouldn't be worried long term. It might be a bit of a down season, but you think Artie comes back next year? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay.
With those other older heads signed and a bit of young talent coming through, if they can maintain them and get a couple of scalps this year, they've already got one win against the Drua. Like they've won one of their first three.
Yeah. Okay.
The Force game, I think they cost that themselves, but I think they'll get a couple of big games this year to win. I don't think they'll make the six, but next year will be a year for them to strike.
It's what Ree said. It's the consistency.
Yeah, I think that the thing that is a problem now is that they had such a good season last year. You'd want to build on that, and they've come back and like
Not done
that stuff that you see, like people not working hard around the corner, people opting out.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that with many other Super Rugby teams. Like not the top ones
top
that are
level.
fighting for finals contention.
The Waratahs 19, the Hurricanes ran. Happy man you'd be 59. Spanked them.
Smoke them.
So we'll let you go on the warm up. Doesn't help, but they're far
They're
too good.
looking good.
Yeah.
The Hurricanes are looking very good. I'll let you talk about it. I know you want to say some things.
Nah, I think, bro, like I said, that all the New Zealand back threes, I still would argue that the Hurricanes back three is the most electric. It's a tough argument to have, but like they just create something out of nothing. Like they Whinianga Noffel.
He's
Bro,
good. He got a
he's
lot of
gun.
potential.
Josh Morby, gun.
The Hurricanes probably the most sort of no names too, because those back three
I
for the
reckon the
Canes,
opposite.
they're not. They're not
In terms of back
like All
three?
Blacks
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah.
But I think on paper, I think they've
Yeah.
got the most names this year.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about back three.
Add Ruben Love in there.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't even have Ruben Love back yet. But
Where does he play?
yes, I am a diehard Hurricanes
We
fan.
know. We
Where
know.
does Ruben Love play?
I reckon they'll put him at 10, honestly.
I think my issue with the Hurricanes is they've got a lot of guys that can implode at times. I think they need a steady 10 at the ship.
But I feel like Geordie used to be
He
that.
looks like he's maturing a bit.
Yeah. He used to be the player that was like, why the fuck did you just do that?
Yeah. Well, would you just have Geordie at 10? You saying?
No,
No.
I'm just saying I think they need a steady 10. They've got so much firepower, but like Ruben Love can have a shocker at times.
Yeah.
Not just a game, but can just have shocking moments.
Right.
D-Mac's very similar, but I think he's cut a lot of his out that when he was younger, and that reminds me of Ruben Love a little bit.
Yeah.
Very electric, but sometimes the 30-metre flick pass ain't going to work.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I just think they need a steady ship with the amount of talent they have. If you have him at fullback, you've
Who's
got
10 then?
Morby.
Or Morby? You stick with him.
Brett Cameron's gone. I think he
Yeah.
is that guy.
Yeah, that's the issue.
I just think they've got a lot of guys in that team that can just have moments that go against them and can cost them big games.
Yeah. It does
Like
happen.
Dupes Carriffy,
Yeah.
obviously outstanding footballer, but at times can get in his own head around penalties
Yep.
and starts giving away a few too many. They just have a lot of those sort of players that can cost them in the long run, but on paper and potential, I think they have a lot of potential to win this comp.
There you go.
Because those guys can also do the other thing, and that is win you a game of football.
Yeah.
Does
I
it-
hated the commentary on this game.
Who was
Oh,
on?
let me
I
guess.
absolutely hated it.
Oh, was
Because
it? It was
Tars
an
game,
Australian game. That's why I was like, wait, you bagging New
They're
Zealand
the only
commentators?
one that
Nah.
I saw picked him.
Oh, he wasn't. Oh,
Taranui.
actually, no, I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, it was.
Morgs
It wasn't their
Taranui.
regular guy doing it. It wasn't
Wasn't
Sean.
it?
It wasn't Sean. Cool.
Nah, but bro, it's so one-sided. How do
It's
they call
so
the
Jorgo
game?
orientated. At the
Yeah,
moment.
I know. And then
Yeah.
Whinianga Noffel does that whack, steps in, and then sets up a try. And they're like, oh, that was a bit easy for him. And then Jorgo does it, and they're like, that's against the best halfback in the world. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like
Cam Roy doesn't know. I forget he's in that team too.
Yeah, you got Roy Guard.
So I mean, potentially, they could win this.
Yeah,
I just
bit
think.
of value there. I would say too. if you get on
I
now.
just think they're the team that can shoot themselves in the foot, and it's why a team like the Crusaders always win. Is they're so good at grinding out wins. everyone will stress about them losing results. They only need to come in the 6 and you're still backing them to finish the comp.
Yeah,
It
100%,
sucks.
100%.
They know how to win big games and grind it out. They don't need big moments. They just need their system at times.
Whereas I think every Canes fan is like, yeah, we can make the finals, but can we like go all the way?
Kick on.
Like
Yeah.
every the last 3 years, I've been like, we have the team to win it, 100%.
And then you shit the bed.
Yep.
Done will tell. But on the last point, having Geordie Barrett at 12 and Love at 10, does that help? Because he's a calm head on the outside?
Well, the
Like a
problem
little
is
bit?
you are outside.
Yeah.
Like I've
Yeah,
played
the
12.
damage is done. But I'm talking about if you chat out the inside.
I've played 12 where the 10, like he's just not having a day, and sometimes it's hard to bypass.
You're going to do so
it.
much. You're right.
Geordie, it's probably a bit slightly different because obviously his kicking and stuff, he can control a game a bit more with his boot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty hard when your 10s, if you're on one side of the field and your 10s like directing it, you don't often follow him around the field on a leash. Like,
True. It's only like set piece. Yeah.
But Cam Roigard can obviously be a good influence. But I think Ruben Love sometimes wasted at 10.
I think
He's
Roigard is
ball in
also
hand.
Roigard is also similar though.
Yeah,
Sometimes
he'll
do
start
this-
running a bit too much.
Yeah.
The Waratahs, you putting the line through them now? What do you... Where
Look,
we
I
at?
think it's a reality check for them.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of hype around them being the best Aussie side. You know, they knocked off a pretty undermanned Red side in round 1, and got a lot of hype. Then had a bye. Like I don't think we should have bought too much into that first.
And then they
win.
beat the Drua.
And then they beat the Drua.
Yeah.
Was it bye they had then Drua? Yeah.
That'll be better though.
No, they had Drua. Oh, they haven't had a bye.
No, I think you think of the Reds, aren't you?
Yeah, sorry, Reds had a bye.
Yeah.
No, they beat the Drua, which have not looked good to start the year, to be fair, bar their upset on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think they'll be better. I think that on the weekend that
was it last
13,
weekend they upset the Canes?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
13 and Winger Channel was targeted quite a lot from the Hurricanes after Pullman just had been brought in.
Yeah.
But even watching that chip kick, do you see that? The try?
From...
Bro, there was no one in the backfield anywhere. So maybe it's systematic failures as well. But I don't know. All that stuff is easily fixable.
It's funny. Everyone's talking about the back stuff here. I thought they got physically dominated up front.
Well, yeah, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
And when they had ball in the opposition half, either a big hit or a loss at a breakdown that resulted in a turnover was actually flipped, and they were 14-point turnarounds every time because the Canes' counter-attack is so lethal. And that you can't do that against a team like the Hurricanes.
No.
But if you want to not do that, you have to win the upfront battle. And I thought the Canes pack absolutely dominated that game.
You're going to have to work it out, though. Shortly, it's another injury again during Super Rugby. 8 weeks, they're saying. Like, it's just...
8 weeks. What are you doing?
How many? 6 to 8, yeah.
Holy.
Yeah, so then same thing as last year. He missed all the Super. He limps into Wallaby camp and does his best. It's tough. Anyway, Highlanders 39, the Western Force 31. A game the Force had a good chance of winning. They led at half time, tonguing to have that late try, and they lost the bonus point as well. Yeah, it's a bit of a Force story once again.
They just lose moments, eh?
Yeah,
they're-
spot on. Yeah.
They just lose the momentum. They do so well to get themselves in positions where you could see, oh, if they get points here, this game is going to...
Yeah, go on the momentum for
Yeah,
them.
but...
I didn't see too much of this because I was playing at around the same time. But from what I've seen highlight-wise, it's just the same old story.
Correct.
They show so much potential in time of games. And, you know, we've talked about this with Wales in recent weeks around they lose big moments that they need to learn to win in order to win games. Like, they got to consistently win these moments in order to, I guess, finish off a game on top.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong, sometimes you win 99% of moments, but that 1% you lose 7-6.
Mm-hmm.
And it just feels like for them that's happening too often, though. And they just sort of...
Well, yeah,
Again, they're away from home. They're predominantly not strong.
Yeah.
But they've had one win, one loss, which is not too bad for an NZ tour for them. But really, they should have come away with 2 wins. But shout out to the Landers who were able to sort of sneak that one
because
in.
they led against the Blues, they led against the Landers, and both times they just let them come back in, and then they
But
got
like
rolled.
watching them, it's like they don't have their own identity of rugby. They just match whatever they're versing. Like at the start of the game, the Highlanders came out fast paced, real messy as, and then they turn over the ball, and then the Western Force start doing the exact same stuff. And I was
true.
just like, what is the Western Force identity of rugby?
Do you think that's a bit of victim of the amount of mercenaries they consistently get in?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's people from everywhere.
Look, what have they got? 3 Argentinians.
Yeah.
You got George Bridge, who's an ex-All Black that's come in.
It's
They
very
seem to have a lot
Barbar-ish,
of
isn't it?
different players come in that they don't build an identity because they don't...
have
keep
a
the same cattle.
long-lasting group.
Yeah, they don't have a
The
core
turnover's
group.
so high.
Like, and then they get, I don't want to call them the rejects, but then they'll pull someone like Ben Donaldson in,
Yeah.
pull someone like Nick White in, who both come from different systems. And, okay, we're going to try to fit this system. It just seems
You're right.
like they're copying
Copy
and paste and hope something works.
And that's
how
the
many
issue with,
players are Perth?
and that's the issue. None of these people are from Perth.
Yeah.
It's all just, that's
Yeah,
it.
but you say that, but as we're going to mention very soon, a lot of the Brumbies boys aren't from Canberra.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. There is solutions. Anyway, the Blues 29-13 over the Satyrs. Big bounce back for the Blues. You mentioned Barrett was superb. Dalton Papali'i, game 100. It was a big
I
moment.
think that's a big thing that sort of would have lifted the Blues a lot because he's been a steady force in that team for the last, since 2017, I think he debuted,
Just
2018.
consistent. Yeah.
And he's just been consistently someone that's there. Lost his All Black spot, but hasn't taken a backfoot step when we're in that blue jersey, whereas I feel Hoskins has probably been a little bit more quiet since he lost his black jersey.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Dalton's lifted and tried to fight back a bit more. But I think this game could have been a lot more points. I think Caleb Clark's yellow really impacted the
He
game.
got a hat trick, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
Caleb? Yeah.
He was unreal.
It's got to be
Don't
the
get me wrong.
easiest hat trick, though.
Yeah.
Easy hat
Walk him
trick.
in.
Yeah, all of
Yeah.
it. I missed tries like
Was it
that.
a double? Whatever it was. But I think, what I mean by that is like that moment kind of got the Crusaders a little bit back in it. I think the Blues could have won by another 12 points if
Yep.
that yellow card didn't occur because they
Yep.
were all over them up until that point.
I think, it was so obvious that Will Jordan was not on the field.
100%.
And that's been a thing for them all year.
Yeah.
When he doesn't play, they struggle.
Yeah, he is that good.
Do you know
He
what's
has that
very
much of an impact.
underappreciated about Will Jordan? Is his organisation skills.
Yeah.
Because he is so good at finishing and the electric plays and stuff like that, people don't actually understand the amount of organising he's doing. And I've seen there's other views you can get of rugby that if you get the games up on Huddle, where you can see the end-on stuff, and you actually watch him constantly moving his fingers, putting people
It's
where they
off
need
the ball
to be.
stuff, hey? Yeah.
And that creates a lot of opportunities for him because he sets things where he needs them to create that space. And they just look like they fall out of shape when he's not at the back there. And like Shea Fiaki's obviously a young talent coming through, but he doesn't seem like the same sort of organiser, and they sort of lack that. I think George Bridge was one that was pretty good at it when he was there too. Mm-hmm. And they just sort of look like they're lacking that second organiser, especially when they've got young tens. Like Rivers doesn't have, like he's been in Super Rugby for a while, but he doesn't have that many caps.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taho Kemara is the exact same. They haven't had that much experience. They're not the most experienced of tens. Could be a different story when Richie comes back next year. But that sort of leadership from your fullback organising, and you think Havili probably does a little bit, but having another guy just makes your team flow a lot better.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you're getting a lot of opportunities created by Will Jordan because he's passing in information, he sees space, and he's able to execute it because he's able to organise players where he needs them to be.
Any more comments on this one? What do you have?
I just thought that Blues played not as boring style of rugby. It looked like they sort of started to put it all together a bit rather
Peter
than
Archie
just trying to
looks legit.
bash it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
Big
eh?
fan of Peter Archie.
Yeah.
Such a great guy too.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do a little bit with him at Waikato when he came in before he headed over to France, and just someone that had been through so many injuries, just the way he goes about his work and how he sort of prepares mentally and stuff for a game. I think it's a good asset to have in the blue, especially being a Pacific Islander that's doing that sort of stuff because it gives those younger PI boys coming in something to look up to, and you can hopefully it sort of rubs on and the Blues keep growing because it's good for New Zealand rugby when all teams are strong.
Facts. These two, bit of inconsistent so far. Where are we at? 5 rounds in, Blues and Crusaders.
I've got no issues with the Satyrs at the moment.
Yep.
I just feel like they're the type of team that
Yeah.
have predominantly
Wait till
started slow.
finals.
They'll
Yeah.
come good, yeah.
Wait till finals.
Like 2 years ago, we sat here and kept saying it, and then eventually they sucked. And we were like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like it's happening.
Yeah, yeah.
But the amount of times in my lifetime that I've grown up and said, the Crusaders lost the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Bit like the Panthers last year.
Yeah.
Lost 6 in a row at one point. And they still come home strong. They find their rhythm, they find their groove, they've got the right systems in place. They have a winning culture and a winning mentality. They'll find their way. The Blues, I think they're turning a corner. They've shown glimpses of what they can do.
Yeah.
I think they lost a bit of leadership in Rico. As much as people thought he was past the hump, I do think he was a good leader for that backline. And I think they'll start growing and get a bit of run of games going. And it's going to be interesting to see where they finish up now because they've got a pretty tough road. They have to be consistent, I think, to make it from here on out.
I think they'll start changing a little bit less bash footy. I reckon, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The final game, the Brumbies and the Reds, 31-34. Plenty of conversation coming out of this one. But James Slipper goes to 202 Super Rugby games. He equals White Crockett. Very exciting for Slips.
Bond's goat.
Yes, he is. So it was 31-20, boys, with 2 minutes to play. Dalguna scores, and then we know what happens next. Let's discuss it. Knock on, not knock on. We've seen multiple footages now. Off the first look, I thought knock on straight away. I've seen
100%.
more now, maybe not.
I think not.
You're happy with the referee's got it right?
But
I've seen worse called.
I've seen,
Yeah.
I have
So
seen much
I
worse
think Tane
called.
Edmeds just before it.
Yeah.
Like, he knocked that backwards sort of between
Yeah,
his
yeah,
legs.
yeah.
I don't think, like, if Dongunu fumbled and then sort of whacked it back as they're now claiming it didn't hit Fraser or Sidu,
Yeah.
for me, the exact same call was made a minute before.
Months
That looks
ago.
Yeah,
very
I've seen-
similar.
yeah.
So, if you put them side by side, they look very similar. And it's like consistency in call
Yeah.
is something you could definitely argue.
It was-
Whether you think it's a knock on or not, okay, that's fine. But if you're going to call it one way, you got to call it the other. And I think looking at it, like other thing is we're not there at ground level. It might have been blatantly knocked backwards.
Yeah.
But it kind of looked like it was knocked on the way the Brumbies sort of all
Yeah.
stopped.
when I saw it live, I got knock on. What are they
Yeah,
doing?
100%.
They all stopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's the funny thing about it.
Yeah.
And my first thing was, oh, he's going to blow this. And then it kind of played out. And then Jock took off. And everyone was sort of in shock. And it
Yeah.
led to that moment, which is, again, that's no fault of the Reds. That's
play
no fault
footy,
of the refs.
yeah.
That's the fault of the Brumbies for not playing to
Yeah,
the ref.
play
there.
the
So
whistle.
You can't say that's what dictated the result because at the end of the day, when you're up 31-20, Dongunu shouldn't have scored.
Yeah. Put that
You
away.
should have been able to grind that out. And I think they took a bit too much experience off the field
Yeah.
and paid the price for it.
I was thinking about that kickoff, the way it was pictured. So Fraser would have been in front of Dalguna, so maybe Damon couldn't see from that angle. And then the side angle for the assistants, Uru's there. So it was an awkward angle for both referees to see as well. So
But that makes it even like, if you can't see it, you're calling that a knock on.
I think
yeah,
that's more
benefit of the
reason.
doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more reason to be like, oh
Because he
shit, the
kind of
ball
looks
just
at
hit.
the they all look at each other, but no one calls anything. And it doesn't help. Is it Jordan Way was a touchy?
I think it was way, yeah. Maybe.
Great Gold Coast lad.
Great fella, yeah.
Great Gold Coast man. And then Damon is obviously a great Reds man.
Leave it alone.
I'm just saying, it doesn't look good. It's the same when Nick Berry sometimes refs Reds games and he's given the other team 3 cards.
Yeah, yeah.
It never looks good. I just don't. There should be a way that you don't ref your
Bad
old
optics.
team.
Yes.
All right, let's go away from that.
Imagine if an All Black, an All Black game and made a call like that, and you're a Wallabies fan, you are blowing up. There's a reason they fly international refs in to do test matches.
Correct.
I understand that we've got to develop refs, blah blah blah, but surely we could have found a New South Wales ref in there that has no allegiance to either team.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll fast forward a little bit, and Jock Campbell did superbly
That
on
was
the
unreal
outside.
from him.
And
Shout out to the kid too.
Trayvon,
He's got a big potential.
He's good.
stole my point, bro.
yeah, no, I know you want to talk about him. Go
I
on.
want to talk about him. I went and watched them play in the trial match that they had against
The Reds
East.
A, wasn't it?
Reds A.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he ripped them to shreds. First kick East did, you could hear the coach behind me yell, "Why did you kick straight to him?" And boom, he goes straight through line
Yeah.
break. He was ridiculous. And then I texted the chat and I was like, "This kid is a genuine freak."
Mm-hmm.
Like once he learns, like only things that you can learn from experience.
Grows
he-
into his body a bit more as well.
Bro,
And, yeah.
even like now, he doesn't look that big, but he carried the ball straight into a prop who tried to hit him,
He's
and he
strong.
still fell forward.
Yeah.
Like he is a freak.
He's only 18.
Got rocked a bit though.
Yeah, but
that
he's-
was a welcome to Super
Yeah.
Rugby.
He
moment.
got
But he
rocked
get- but he gets
and
up.
still fell forward.
Yeah.
I do worry they've put him in too early.
Mm.
I sometimes think letting them develop and getting a year of footy under their belt, a year of senior footy, can help them in the long run. I think Jordan Pattaya is a good option, a good sort of thing of that. They brought him in early, and it kind of sometimes it seems to lead.
Chris Valway Saltia.
Yeah.
There's your perfect example.
And I was going to throw this is my next point because he adds to that. It seems they do, touch wood for the kid because I do want him to do it, but it does seem they come away with a few injuries because they're not physically ready. They haven't spent a year in a professional environment in the gym. They haven't put on that man strength since school, and he's got all the potential to be such a good player. I just hope they don't overexert him too early.
Bro,
and it
I
costs
think
them in
this
the long
kid
run.
is. I reckon this kid is different.
Different, yeah.
Do you reckon he was different than Chris Saltier out of school? I don't know if you remember.
I don't know
Chris
him,
Saltier.
but I reckon
he was the
He
same
was 3
vein.
years Brisbane State High, double premiership winner, played Aussie schools from under 16.
Beast, yeah.
He was
It's actually very similar.
very similar. If
I
not,
reckon he was different from Geordie Pattaya. I rate this kid better than what I thought Jordy Patara
very
was
good.
at that time.
Oh, don't even. I think this kid's got a massive future. I just don't want them to push him too early.
Well, I was in the 23 originally.
put the pressure
Who
on.
was out?
Tim Ryan.
Yeah, okay. So you think when everyone's back, he's not in the team?
But I'm very much surprised they took an outside back there and not a Dre, or because they had no centres on the bench.
They
And
said Henry, didn't they? Starting.
yeah,
Isaac Henry.
Hunter's out,
Yeah.
and they got they lost Lockie Anderson and Flukie, and poor Clarny Thomas is running around on the wing, and he actually did a right of a job out there.
He did.
I reckon they should make him a superstar.
Yeah, let's do it.
They should, like,
I think they will. I just don't think
the
you
media should focus on him. Bro, he
Yeah.
is...
Yeah, he's the guy.
I
he
love
is
his
the
brother,
guy.
though, rubbing his head.
Yeah, that was
I do
crack
think
up.
he's got a lot to learn too.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, 100%. He's got a lot to
those
learn.
two things where he went out, like those are big moments
Yeah.
that I think, Reds come away with the result, so we don't look back at them as big moments. But if the Reds had lost the game, you're looking at those moments going, if you stayed in and we go on a couple more phases, maybe we score there.
Yeah.
I think he's got to learn those little things, because at school, probably finishes that. At under 20s,
Yeah,
level,
yeah,
he does.
100%.
he finishes it. I think, give him a couple of games now, let him go play Oz 20s this year,
Yeah.
because I don't think he'll play Oz 20s again. I think he'll be full-time super by next year.
Yeah.
But I think just don't push him to it.
Because Dre's still 20s this year?
Nah, he'd be too old now.
Is he?
Nah, I think he is.
I thought he
I've
was-
seen him on the next gen.
Yeah, I feel like he was
Yeah.
still in the mix. Because I like the idea of seeing Dre and...
He didn't play the next gen, he played Red Day.
Are you sure?
He played next gen.
He played next gen
called him,
too,
yeah,
so maybe
he
he's
played
still
10.
20s.
Yeah, I like to see those two in the midfield together. That'd be nice for Australia. And then Carter Good obviously finished it off. Got on the outside of Edmund far too easily, to be
I
honest.
reckon they ride, like I love Carter, that he scored the winning try and it was like he just had the best performance of all time.
As in how it was perceived.
How it was perceived. Did you feel that?
I
I
think-
thought he had a up and down.
It was a better game than what he's had
It's a
previously.
better game.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm sitting there going, these guys are making it out like this guy just did 2005 Dan Carter. Like, don't get me wrong, he
Everyone-
scored the winning try and
Yeah.
great effort from him. But I'm going, how do we let this guy get back into his rhythm and start playing games? Let's not put that much pressure on.
I think
What's
yeah.
going to be your Wallabies 10 at this rate? It's either him or Noah.
I think we're just so desperate to have a good
Yeah.
10.
That's what I was just about
Yeah.
to say.
It's
Australia
desperation.
is so desperate to build people up to more than what they are
actually
at the
are.
moment, just so that we can be like, this
Make 'em
guy's a
feel better.
superstar.
Yeah.
This guy's a superstar. He can't do anything wrong, like what League does at the moment. But League like advertises it well, so like people around the world are probably like, yeah, that guy is a freak.
They also get the podcast. Well, I wouldn't say around the world, mate. Only
I mean,
Around
yeah,
Australia.
yeah,
Australia.
around Australia, like.
but I think they have the podcasts and stuff that support it as well.
Yeah,
There's not
it's
many
just-
of us running around doing rugby ones.
It's just a bigger landscape, isn't it?
But on the note, I got two things about the Brumbies. First one is Charlie Cale's your Wallabies number 8.
100%.
Mate, our Wallaby captain's at number 8.
Six.
Tyler, what are you going to do there? What are you going to do there, Tyler?
Look, don't be wrong. I think Harry Wilson did a great job, but you need your best 15 out in the field.
Especially the next 18 months, yeah.
And I think
He's
still
the
got a-
hybrid player.
Yeah, I just think, I think Valentini should be ahead of Harry Wilson. I think he offers more. I think Harry Wilson's got a lot of work to do on his breakdown.
Yeah.
I know someone made a whole clip on it. I saw it on Instagram of his breakdown work. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
It needs a lot of work for an international forward, especially when you compare him to eights like, in Steph DeToit's back there, the way that guy moves rucks.
Right.
I think that's got a lot of work, but I think he's not as dominant as a ball carrier as Valentini. And there was moments, I think he did one where he ran it back off a kick on the weekend and got absolutely popped.
Yeah.
Like, your 8 can't be doing that. Your 8 needs to dominate every collision, which we've seen with Valentini, which we're seeing now with Charlie Cale. And on top of that, the thing that impresses me the most about Charlie Cale, he scored 6 tries in 4 games?
Yeah, he
Guess
is
what else
a
he's got?
freak.
He's got the most tackles in Super
most
Rugby.
tackles.
There you go.
He's doing it on both sides of the ball at the moment, and I just think he's putting his hands up. And I think if he doesn't get injured last year, he's in that equation more.
Yeah.
But he missed all of last year and came back, and now he's found form again. I just find it hard for him to miss out. You can't get rid of Valentini. I know Wilson's your Wallabies captain, but
Can Charlie play 6? What can we do?
He can play 6.
he plays 6. The other thing he has over both him and Valentini, he's a line-out option.
Yeah, he's got some height too.
And there's a problem with having when you got Fraser at 7 and say you put Valentini at 6, you need a line-out option. Otherwise, you only got 2 jumpers.
Yeah, so there's an option as well to look at.
Tom Hooper, that's why I think he got a lot of nods at 6 last year. Played well, line-out option.
Line out.
I think that the argument against Charlie Cale will be physicality. Like, yeah, he's probably made the most tackles, but have they
Yeah,
been
I
dominant
haven't sat there
tackles?
and watched that.
Exactly.
That's a
yeah.
good point.
At test level too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He gets off the line pretty well. They're making some good chops early
He's bigger
on.
this year than what he
I
was.
rate him, eh? Like,
So do I. And I think just that athletic edge forward,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. The hybrid forward. Who was
Pete
who
Samu
was
kind
talking
of
about
vibe.
Yep.
I don't think Pete Samu has looked very good at all.
No.
He did in the first game.
can't
I don't
remember.
and he didn't look too bad against a draw, but he looked. That's what I mean. The Waratahs pack got dominated.
It's a
on the
different
weekend.
kettle of fish coming from playing French rugby back here too, I think, as
Yeah.
well.
Well, French rugby is quite physical. It's just
But it's a lot
slow.
slower. Yeah, yeah.
It's the most physical in the world,
Probably,
apparently. Yeah.
It's all very set piece oriented, isn't it? Just on the Pritchard situation, obviously his brother, Caden, pretty handy 13 as well for the Brums. So
He's-
It was a great Queensland backline.
Yeah.
yeah, so can you tell the people what you messaged
No,
the chat
so,
on Saturday night?
I was sort of watching the game, and then I saw obviously Hudson Crichton's on the wing. Great to see a debut from Coyotes.
Yep.
I think he's someone that played in our comp for a long time, and I thought was deserving of a Super Rugby gig. And it's good to see he's finally got minutes, and he played awesome. I thought he was everywhere. He got touches. He got behind. He sparked some.
Yeah, I
of
thought
the
he-
Brumbies
I
attack.
thought he played real good.
Yep.
Yeah, did he have the big runaway? No, but he made heaps of little half dents that I think got the Brumbies going. Sorry, but back to my point. Hudson Crichton, Kai Oates, David. What's his name?
Viwahi?
Fa'ahua'i. All right.
Yep.
Who else? Andy Muirhead.
Okay, another one.
Tuaina
Tualima?
Tualima. He's another one in there. James Slipper. He doesn't really count in this, though. All of them have in common is they played in QPR first.
Did they really?
So that just shows for me the way Brumbies talenters work, how their talent ID works, and how they're able to take players that are sitting on that sort of fringe. That's why I said Slipper doesn't count. Reece Van Neck.
Yep.
That fringe can't quite crack the Reds, for example, up in here, grinding away at QPR, and have turned them into starting Super Rugby players.
Well, it shows the talent that Queensland develops.
Add to that, Caden Pritchard, obviously from up this way as well.
Yep.
Obviously another Queenslander you can add to the equation. So they've just been very good. Like obviously they have some local talent there. Lonergan, I think Declan Meredith's a local talent. I'm not too sure about his story. So they're just good at getting those guys, buying them into the system. Noah and Lenikatau and other ones. They came down from Queensland and they just developed these players really, really well. And I think that's why they've been the best Aussie team for the better part of the decade.
Crusaders of Australia.
So that is the exact same. They take everyone that's kind of not wanted and turn them into stars.
And Larkham does that so
Is
well.
anyone else? Well, even before, like Dan McKellar, it's just their
McKellar,
system in general.
Roy Fisher.
Whoever's running their academy, that sort of mid-tier and promote and getting them flowing through like that is doing a hell of a job.
Muirhead's a great example. He was playing for South.
Yeah.
Killed it,
Yeah.
won a premiership.
Yeah.
Counties gave him a gig, and then he ended up at the Brumbies.
Heaps of their boys as
I
well.
think
The
Coyotes
Brumbies
is
boys.
the same.
New South Wales.
They're
Probably
Aussie.
trying to find the rest of Shoot Shield.
Yeah.
Billy Pollard, I'm
okay,
pretty
yeah.
sure.
Billy Pollard is ACT. He was in my 20s year.
Right.
Who's the other pro?
Reimer, I'm pretty sure is New South Wales.
Reimer. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them, yeah.
Rory Scott.
The Brumbies and the Force are similar, and it's a lot of...
ACT.
The Brumbies just seem to develop them better, is what I'm saying. Like, they
Correct,
seem
yeah.
to get the best out of these kids that are
Yeah.
fringe players. That the ones I named, they all left after 22, 23. They weren't, like, a lot of them weren't taken as 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
Your Coyotes and I think Hudson Crichton might have been 21, 22. They were all quite young, and I think Hudson might have got one game for the Reds. I think Coyotes sort of floated around the Reds. I don't know if he ever got an
Bit of
official
sevens
cap.
and, yeah.
Had a sevens gig, and now Brumbies have turned him into what looks like could be a potential starting winger for them long term with the performance he put on the weekend.
And Kai was in the pathway the whole time.
Oh yeah, he just.
Yeah.
He just
What's Corey Toole?
I can't work out. Like, this is not a thing. I don't know how Coyotes never got a crack. Some of his performances at QPR, he had a year where I was like, this guy is untouchable.
Yeah, literally.
Like, you were game planning, very much like Glenn Vaihu last year when we played West in the semi. You were game planning on how to restrict them getting the ball or how we were going to close space when you kick it down to them because they were that deadly in the comp.
There you go. That was a very thorough round 4 review, boys. I love it. Six Nations, quickly, we touched on it, but Italy 23-18, Scotland 50-40, Ireland 27-17 over the Welsh. Any comments?
Great competition.
yeah.
It's
They
flying.
argue it's
Holy.
the best in the
It's
world.
flying, yeah.
I think it might be now.
This
Bro, with
year's
the
been
crowds and with the crowds and the engagement.
I think it's always been engagement-wise the best
Yeah.
comp in the world.
Yeah.
I think the quality of rugby has really ramped up over there. For a long time, they played the get to halfway, box kick. Get to there,
Yeah.
box kick.
Yeah.
Penalty
it was.
goal.
Yeah. It was very
Drop
boring.
goal. England still kind of do that.
Yeah.
But you look at the scores in the way, like especially the Scots. The French have always had the French flair.
Yeah.
The Scots are playing outstanding footy the way they're playing. Ireland, they kind of have really embraced that sort of. They play like little back balls out the back with two backs sweeping around and forwards running lines.
Yeah.
They've sort of brought that in and got really, really good at that, which has made their attack flow real crisp. And then, yeah, Italy.
Italy.
I don't know how the Italy plays.
So for that, are we viewing this as England on the slide or Italy are really good now?
Italy.
I don't think England were
Well,
on the up.
everything's
No. I think Italy's doing great.
yeah.
I think everyone was giving England like they had a pretty good. They beat the All Blacks.
They won 15 in a row.
Yeah.
18 months ago.
Did they?
Yeah. A massive run, and they've
I didn't
just,
think it was fifth. Was that many? I didn't
Yeah,
think did they win Six Nations last year?
they were flying. Yeah, they were not last year, maybe before. When Lancaster just came on as coach, they were doing good things.
But then they went down,
Correct.
and they had a couple of wins back in it last year.
Yeah, they won a few spring tour. They beat
They beat the All Blacks.
All Blacks. Yeah, they beat us, Australia.
Yeah, so did Italy.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
None from five.
Don't say us.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just. I don't know. They seem to get a lot of overhype, and it always happens. This is why you've never really liked them. It's like they win a couple of games and they're the best team in the world,
Correct. Yeah.
and they never played South Africa, and they're like, "We would beat you."
Yeah.
And now it comes back around, and it's like, okay, were you guys ever really that good?
The North always does that though. They
And
like
yeah.
hype themselves.
It's gonna be funny
up.
because we probably get someone in there who's gonna rip us out, an English guy in the comments, and fair enough.
Remember when they
But
go,
they always
Wales
get
is
the
the
hype.
best team in the world.
Like
Remember
it's
when they said
always,
that?
it's always the same. Like
Yeah,
they get a lot of hype up at the North, and I understand it. They've probably got the most amount of rugby players and population.
Yeah.
But I just think it's this Six Nations have proved that they're probably it's a bit more of a level playing field than they think.
the Welsh almost got it done too. I thought
Yeah,
they were going
that's what
to.
I was gonna say.
Oh man.
You know what annoys me? I
Feel
want
for
those
them.
teams to bring over their top teams when they play New Zealand.
Well, they're
and
all
that at
coming
home.
to us soon.
When we go over there to England, we play our best team.
Yeah.
All right? When we go over to France, we play our best team.
Yeah. Well, England bring their full cuddle, don't they? Isn't it the
No,
French
when
that
they
do this?
played
England.
us last year, 2025, they didn't have their
New
top
Zealand
team.
is from that?
Yeah,
Oh,
we did
okay.
that 3-match
Yeah,
test,
yeah.
and we won all
Oh,
three.
you spanked them, yeah.
But I don't think they brought their top team.
Anyway, we'll keep this moving.
Yeah.
Let's go to our talking points of the week, and it's been a big few days because you got a new
Jesus.
coach, boys.
Yep.
Dave
Love
Rennie.
it.
Got your
Love
man. Happy? Talk me through it.
Happy culture man.
Culture, man. Very happy. I had the smallest amount of time to do with him. I think 2016 when I came in, he was with the Chiefs. 2017 was his last year. He left halfway through that after that super season.
Yeah.
The little things I had done with him, like I got to do the old, when I first moved over there as an 18-year-old, the train for a day. And, you know, Aussie called it, we don't want the kumbaya songs. You remember that whole
I don't
debacle with
actually, no.
Dave Rennie?
I remember that.
When he had them all singing in that.
Yeah,
He
they're
is
singing
so
Aboriginal
good.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
He
And
gets,
everyone was like-
he gets them to embrace all the different cultures. He understands
good.
that a team is made up of all these multicultures, but they're playing as Australia for that point, but this time they're going to be playing New Zealand. But he'll embrace those cultures. And he did it with the Chiefs. Chiefs still
rugby.
do it to this day.
Yeah, rugby
Where
is
they,
that hard.
before every meeting, they'll sing a song from one of the nation's songs they learn. So they'll learn a Tongan, a Fijian, a Samoan, whatever the makeup of their team is. And they do that before a meeting, embrace that culture for the day, and then they'll go into their meeting. He'll bring something like that into the All Blacks. He'll get them to buy in. And if there was a big culture disparity, as we've seen in the media,
Yeah.
I think talent-wise, we match up with any team in the world.
100%. Yeah.
I think if we get our culture right and he gets the right supporting staff around him, they can help build the game plan we need to, I guess, execute to win games. He is that guy that can do it for us because he
Yeah.
is so good at bringing a team together. People love playing for him. I know Petrus down at Bonn, obviously was the Wallabies scrum coach when he was at the Wallabies, and he loved him. And Petrus played 200 games for Leicester or Sale, whoever. Yeah, there you go. He's played 200
No,
games overseas.
Saracens.
Saracens, that's it.
Saracens. Yeah.
He's played all around. You know, he's been to multiple rugby environments with his rugby app that's now worldwide. And he lives and dies almost by Rennie because he loves what he does and the way he brings a team together. So I think it's a great in for the All Blacks. I think Jamie Joseph not having Tony Brown worked against them. But now the next step for us is he's going to bring that team together. What's our coaching staff going to be that's going to help us execute a game plan and get the boys to buy into that?
Rian, comments?
I think it's almost got like a Graham Hansen like sort of feel about it, like how he's coming in.
Steve Hansen or Grant Henry?
Oh, is it Graham Henry? Sorry.
Combined, yeah.
Graham
I knew
Hansen?
that. I'd just done that. Yeah, I was thinking about both of them.
That's a good rugby brain.
But yeah, like it's almost got that sort of feel about it. Like he's got everything to prove. He coached the Wallabies. The Wallabies
How
didn't even
poetic.
give him a chance really.
How poetic.
This could be the classic.
This
yeah, I
could
know.
be like
I know.
the worst thing for Australian rugby fans.
He could do the
ever.
funniest thing ever.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
He could do the greatest thing ever, if you
Yeah.
ask me. I'll wave my New Zealand flag with his face on it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sure you will.
Give him knighthood if he does this.
Bro.
I want Sir Dave Rennie.
Yeah, 100.
The next question is, who's your captain? You sticking with Barrett?
Look, I'm not going to sit here and understand. I don't know what happens in that environment.
Yeah, hard.
If the team's around him and they back Barrett, then he might get it. But I think the public really wants Artie. And it's understandable. Artie's such a likeable person.
Yeah.
The things he does in the community, you know, when he's back in New Zealand or when he's at home and he says, I'm doing a session here, come join, puts on his Instagram. Great people person, great, I guess, communicator on social media and in the media. And what was my last point, was I say? Just a great guy in general, really.
Yeah.
So
He
I
has
think,
that aura about him.
yeah,
doesn't
just a great personality, and I can understand why people want him as captain and the thing. But at the end of the day, we're not in that team.
Yeah.
He might not want to be that captain that badly because as much as he's passionate, you know, that's the word I was looking for before.
I want the opposite.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you get given a captaincy, it can work against you. He might lift and be better than he is now, or he might play a little bit more conservative and not be
Yeah.
the Artie that we've come to know. And so they've
Yeah.
got to make the decision on what the team needs, not so much what the fans want. It doesn't matter who I want or who Rian wants.
Yeah, hard.
If I had to choose, it probably would be Artie,
Yeah.
but see how it all plays out.
Bit of chat about Cam Roygaard, the future captain. What's your thoughts on that?
I want someone who's like quiet.
Cody
Someone
Taylor
who's
was
not
another
out
one.
there.
Cody
was
Taylor. I would
another one
like Cody Taylor.
that was thrown out there.
Yeah.
So you like the low key sort of.
I like the low
That's what I think
key.
Richie was for years.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
That's
win a part of it. But problem with Cody Taylor is this is
Go
probably
about
his
your
last
work.
World Cup. It's probably not developing a captain for the future. Other thing with Scott Barrett is the way some of the New Zealand locks are playing at the moment. I can't guarantee he's in the 23.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about
Josh-
Roygaard. You can guarantee it.
Yeah, Josh Lord is playing outstanding for the
Yeah.
Chiefs, and Tupou Vai.
Are they going to bring back Retallick?
Fabian Holland's out injured, but he was
Who?
playing outstanding.
Retallick.
Isn't he
Yeah, Retallick.
He's
they're talking about
coaching in
bringing him
Japan,
back.
eh?
He's playing. He's the
Rennie's,
highest try scorer.
Rennie's coaching him.
Oh, I'm thinking of someone else. He's still
Cody
playing.
Retallick's still playing. He's the highest try scorer in the comp.
Yep.
Okay.
Have you seen the Eddie Jones video talking about him?
No.
So they showed a clip of Retallick, and this is another why you'd want him back and someone that you can get around. Just the competitor that he is in the way that it's the 78th minute. They're up by 40 points. The Japanese, they go wide. They make a break. He puts his head down, chases. The guy steps in the fullback. 78th minute. This guy's 35 years old, by the way.
Yeah.
Head down, jumps, ankle taps the guy, and just shows his competitiveness was to not let that guy score in the
Yeah.
78th minute. To me, it means he's
That's
still
my
locked
captain.
in.
Yeah.
That's my
But
captain.
it
Bring him
shows
back.
how locked in he still is to
Yeah.
win football games. He's the highest try scorer in the comp. He's winning games by 30 points, but he's still there in the 78th minute making effort plays like that, and it's
Yeah.
just shows what he can bring to the All Blacks. Yeah, he might be a bit past it, but getting that competitor back in there and someone that's going to get amongst the mongrel of the South Africans give us,
Exactly, yeah.
I wouldn't hate him being back.
And Rennie said he's in the best condition he's ever seen him in. And he had him
coached
at
him
the
for
Chiefs.
years.
Right. Okay. This is something to think about.
I would love to see it.
My next question is, who's your 10 under Rennie? Who's his
Moanga.
preference? You think it'll be Moanga straight away?
I think Moanga is the best 10 in the
Wait,
world
Moanga's not back there for this year, is he?
next year.
So All Blacks.
If he comes back to the Satyrs and finds his form, for me, he's the Sasha's obviously taken off in the last 12 months and probably given Richie Moanga and Finn Russell, I guess, those are the top three, I think, in the world.
Yeah.
Thing working against Richie at the moment, he's not playing test match.
Yeah.
So you can't say he's the best because he's not playing at the highest level at the moment. But I think before that, I thought he was the best 10 in the world. And I think if he comes back in, how do you not put a guy that is arguably the best 10 in the world in your 10 jersey?
So-
And then what happens with Bowden and D?
I think Bodie's so over the hump at the moment.
What I saw on the weekend, I was like,
Like,
oh,
don't get me
maybe
wrong, he
he's
has
back.
it in him to have those games. But I thought back end of last year, at test level, I did not think he was playing good footy.
Well, you're playing test matches in June. Who's 10 then?
Bodie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, or if Bodie has a good super season, but I still think D-Mac's in that equation too.
I don't see it for
Bodie
D-Mac.
or D-Mac. I don't think he's. I think the 10 journey's done.
He's
to be
just
honest.
too much of an impact out wide.
That's the problem, though. He's such an impact player
His
that it works
versatility,
against him.
yeah, that's what I
But
mean.
he had games where he started at 10 last year where he was outstanding.
Yeah, but then he had ones
It's
with
so
a-
hard, like either way. But I don't think Bodie owns that 10 jersey either last year.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, I
think
don't
that's
think
what-
it's
we have a
like
big gap there at the
100% going to
moment.
be him.
There you go. Interesting.
And I don't see
times.
any young kids putting their hands up. I don't think Ruben loves the answer either.
No.
Nah, I don't think so. We think that we have a big gap there, and Wallabies fans would die to have one of those players play for the
Yeah.
So
Wallabies.
funny.
Yeah,
And you
we'll
look
take
at Payne
D-Mac at
Edman,
10.
who started on the most of the end of season tour games last year, can't even start for the Brumbies at the moment.
Bro, and that Brumby center's doing.
Meredith's good.
Bro, he's gone.
Yeah. He's
very
Maybe
good at
he's a
getting out the
bolter.
back.
There we go. Yeah.
Maybe he's a bolter for the
Mate, at
Wallabies.
this rate, they don't have 10.
We need some 10s. So, all right, the big talking point, obviously, last few days, Zach Lomax has come back to rugby. 2-year deal, the Western Force.
Back to rugby?
Well,
Is he from rugby?
he did, yeah, originally. But I'm
Really?
saying back after the whole Storm debacle. 2-year deal with the Western Force
Did
in
he
Rugby
really play
Australia.
rugby?
He played under 16s Waratahs.
Really?
Yes, we had
As a league crossing over or a union player crossing over to league?
Very different at an under 16s level. That's why I
yeah,
asked.
I think he's. I'm not sure. I'm sure he played league.
It's like Adam Dewey. They're like, he played Aussie schools. Yeah, but he never played uni. He just was good.
I think he
He's just a
knows
freak.
So
something
at,
about
at
it.
school level, you can just be an athlete, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that level.
I mean,
I don't hate it,
Super Rugby, if you're a freak as well, like Suwali.
but I don't think he's dominated Super Rugby.
Yeah, but he played
It's not-
international rugby already.
Yeah, he played that before he even played Super Rugby.
But he does do well on the world stage.
Yeah, he does
yeah.
safe. I don't think he's a freak.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he gets more hype than
Not
his
yet,
performance.
anyway. Yeah.
I think the best in that midfield, Glenn.
Yeah, 100%.
I
Yeah,
think he does a lot of the work in-
That's not even an argument, I
Yeah.
reckon.
Look, I think it's a good depth signing.
Yeah,
I like.
it's good for the Force.
I don't
Let's
see
go
him
for the
pushing
Force.
for the World Cup.
Yeah,
I don't
I-
see that happening.
The problem is, and you know, we've just talked about like Moses Leo and that going to league. Athletes thrive in league.
yeah.
You look at Zane Missios, played number 8 for us last year. He's playing on the wing.
Is he really?
Yeah, in league and floating wing centre for Q Cup. What? Because he's tall and athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a
Well, those
while
centers
the
are like
games have
the second row.
similarities, they are very different.
Yeah, 100%.
And the thing that we've got to understand is, I reckon, when we're selecting a team, is are these guys going to be able to get up to speed quickly around how much dark arts are in a breakdown?
Yeah.
How you can't hesitate for a second. Like, the lines are different. When you run a league, someone makes a break, you just run beside them. In union, you have to be almost linear, because if they get tackled and don't get the ball away, it's not like you run past and your job's
Yeah.
done. You have to be there to clean that ruck, otherwise it's a turnover. Like, it's a whole different game in a way that you don't know how these league guys are going to come across. Yeah, they might have played in school,
Yeah.
but wingers normally do okay, which will be good for Lomax. That's why I'm
Yeah.
still not sold on the Angus Crichton signing, because I don't know where he fits into it.
Well, think of this: those two. Lomax is an extra year. He's coming now. Crichton's not until next year. So
Yeah.
the
The thing
runway
about
is
Crichton, though, is he was...
Crichton will be on the end of year tour.
100%. He will be. He'll be a
Yeah.
Sewer League 2.0.
Yeah. He was
He
a
played a lot
rugby
of 8
player.
and stuff, though. So
Yeah,
he's done a
played
lot of
heaps
that
of
ruck
rugby.
stuff.
Lomax could be better than Jorgo. Mark is better than Jorgo.
I don't know. Jorgo's current form at the moment, I don't think Mark ever did that for the Waratahs.
Yeah, but Mark, he
I think there's a reason the Roosters wanted Jorgo
You reckon?
when Mark was leaving. I think he's a freak. The finish on
I think so as
Camberooga,
well. Yeah,
I don't think I remember seeing Mark doing that stuff as regular.
actually, that's true.
And he's gone to league and he's doing freaky stuff. So we're like, oh. But I think athletes like that thrive in league. That's why Moses Leo and those Sevens boys do really well in league. They need like athletic people that don't have to do much thinking. They can just do freak feats of athleticism.
Not
thrive
have
in
to
that
worry
sport.
about
Yeah.
isolating yourself
Like all
or
that
any of that stuff. You can
Whereas-
just run.
Yeah.
Athletes, some do it, like Sonny Bill came across, but we got to remember who was the best league player at the time when he tried to come back and play for NZ rugby. Two of us are Shaq. Granted, they might have played him in the wrong position.
Yep.
Yeah,
Benji Marshall just won a golden boot when he came across.
yeah, and he was
He was
shocking.
awful.
Terrible.
They
They're
played him in the
different
wrong
games.
position.
They
for
tried him
sure.
at 10 and fullback, though.
Oh, they tried him at 10.
Yeah.
But
I
mostly
remember
15,
seeing him
though.
at 15.
Yeah, because there's too much thinking for him at
Yeah.
10 because it's a whole different game. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you're picking today, I wouldn't be putting Lomax in there. He's got to show me something in the next year to 18
Yeah.
months that he can play at test level.
He's an athlete, which will help him on the wing. Which
Yeah.
I
is
think
good.
high ball work will be second to
Yeah,
none.
aerial,
I think he'll be in the squad because he'll be pushing out like a Dylan Peach or something like that.
probably.
Was Lomax as good as Falau was when he came across?
Hell no.
No.
And Falau took, I reckon, 2-3 years before he was so as dominant as he got.
You could
know what I
argue
mean?
Falau is the best cross-code player.
Brad
Yes.
Thorne, mate.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
It's got to be Brad
Okay,
Thorne.
go
But
back.
like there's three of
I'm
them.
putting
Back
Sonny.
line.
I'm
Bill,
putting Sonny ahead of Falau.
Sonny Bill, Falau, and Brad
Oh,
Thorne.
actually, Sonny's hard to put in front of Falau because Sonny wasn't a starter for the All Blacks, but he was good.
and then you
I'm,
got
I'm talking about proper impact.
Lloyd Akiri, Wendell Sailor, Matt Rogers. They're your three other big ones in Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess Wallabies did well in the World Cup when that all
Yeah.
happened. But Matt Rogers played it all through school. He was a TSS kid.
Yeah, he did.
And again, what are those guys? Wingers.
Yeah, outside backs. Yeah,
I think Falau though was like
It's
you
a
couldn't,
tough
you couldn't
debate.
stop
he
him.
was freakish. Yeah,
Like he was doing all that shit by himself. Brad Thorne had like Kieran Reid, Richie McCaw,
Well, it's going
all
to be
these people.
interesting to see
it's because he was
how-
playing lock though. Like it's so hard technically.
When does
isn't it?
Lomax
Yeah.
play for the Force?
Where?
No, when?
When next week he'll be in the 23 jersey against the Chiefs.
You reckon?
It's named.
He will be. No, I'm not.
You're saying this. You're
Yeah.
calling this.
I reckon they've got to give him.
Mate, he'll be off the bench for sure.
Who's
know,
their
but-
23 at the moment?
Who cares?
Problem-
like it's
Problem,
facts though.
Curly Beale is.
Curly will start. He'll be in that 23.
No, my problem with this is this. You don't even know if he knows how to play the ball.
Yeah.
He'll be-
He doesn't know how to place the ball. He doesn't know how to clean a ruck. You're going to lose every wide breakdown just 'cause
No,
you're
no. He
paying
said
for
he's
it?
played rugby.
Yes.
Okay, again, schoolboy level, I can go lay over a ruck.
What are you saying?
Super rugby level, you've got to hit that thing with some integrity.
And you have to have groundwork at that level.
What do you
You're
think-
turning, getting the ball
Leroy
turned over.
Carter will have a field day if Zach Lomax is on the wing with pilfers.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, they just signed him. He won't not be playing next
No, I
week.
know they've just signed him.
No, well, don't. No.
Here's the problem I'm saying. If you rush him in, what's going to happen when he's named in the 23 jersey next week?
He'll come off the end, do 20 minutes of good work. Sweet, learn the game, and they'll go back and do it again. And then
They'll
eventually
kick-
he'll start.
They'll
Respectfully.
kick the
This
ball
is not what I
up to
mean.
his corner, and I reckon he'll score a try.
Yeah, he'll do one freak thing, but what's going to happen
Put
is...
him in the Wallabies.
But this
What
is
a
the, you're
freak.
doing exactly my point.
Superstar.
They're going to rush him in there, right? They're going to rush him in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
All eyes are going to be on him. He hasn't done any real training with the team.
They already are. They gave him a podcast on Stan.
Who? No, that's just an interview.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
and then
what
he
the
gets in there, they play him. He's not ready because he still doesn't understand the game. He hasn't had a couple weeks training under his belt.
He's going to be there. He's there today.
That's what I mean. So you want him to play
So
next week?
He's got 2 weeks. It's fine.
Next week.
I think don't have a
It's
bye.
This
hard.
week.
No, not
So
this
they'll
week.
have no training tomorrow because they don't really train on
They're in New
Wednesdays.
Zealand. The rest of the team.
Oh.
That's my thing. And they're going to be like, they're not going to have that much time when you're on tour like that to train him.
Yeah.
And they're going to chuck him in there and then go, if he has an absolute shocker, then it's going to just fucking backfire on Oz Rugby. They've got to give him time to train and learn the game. I'd debut him over in Force,
Over where?
but back in Perth.
That's what they're doing. So next week they play the Chiefs at home.
I'd wait like again.
28. Yeah.
I'd wait till next.
Oh,
shit out.
keep waiting.
I'd give him a couple weeks. I don't think
They
8
won't.
days-
Yeah, they won't.
10 days ain't enough to learn the game of rugby.
Yeah.
Respect for the wingers they've got, or him. They'll go, oh,
Give me George Bridge.
George Bridge,
George
Matt
Bridge-
Greeley. Who's the other one? Though?
no, they're really 15. Bridge is at 13. You've got Kunz on one wing.
Oh, Dan Lancaster, what's his name?
Lancaster.
Darby
You're
Lancaster.
gone. Wallaby winger, you're gone.
Yeah, who knows? A quick one.
I think they actually will.
He'll be in the 23 jersey next week.
I think he will be as well.
All right, bye
I'm
holds.
saying they shouldn't. I think he will be too. But I don't think he should. I think it's stupid if they do that. And then if he has a shocker, imagine if he goes to the first ruck and he stands up and tries to play the ball.
That'd be hilarious for us to talk about.
I don't think that'll happen.
All right, we're gonna keep moving here. Buy, hold, sell. Who are you buying? Are these? You're buying Naongi Dawasi, Lomax, or Jorgensen for the in 18 months' time, projecting who you're buying, who you're holding, who you're selling
I'm
for World Cup status.
buying
buying
Jorgo,
Jorgo.
Okay, so you've still got more to give.
and I'm
Jorgen.
holding Mark.
Holding Mark for now and selling Lomax.
Okay.
At this current point of time,
Yep.
Yep.
I feel like you should have had a double hold there.
Double hold.
But you just can't. I just don't think if you haven't.
I'm
seen
talking about what
Lomax
you
play union.
what you project. Next one, name your Wallabies Rugby World Cup backline as of right now. With you, we've got the NRL Super Sixes in there. All these leagueies.
Okay.
They'll put Carter in.
Who'd you nine?
So I think Tate gets
Tate.
the nod at 9. I'm hoping
Tate
he's
starting.
spinning. Well,
Jake
I think Jake
Gordon?
Gordon's been awful so far.
But I like him. I think he's.
I
I
think Jake
think that
Gordon's
Tate
better.
is too erratic.
Yeah, so do
for
I.
the
I
Wallabies
always thought
game
Tate
plan.
was a bench guy.
You know
Yeah.
my problem with Tate is I just haven't seen an improvement in his pass. I remember watching a Wallabies
Or his
game
box-
last year,
box
or
kick.
his box kick, and the amount of pills that forwards were catching at their knees or above their head is just not what you want from a international 9. Running game,
Wait, that
our
Brumbies
best.
9.
Lonergan, option as
He's
well.
an
He's
option.
pretty good.
I think he's one that could take jump Jake Gordon.
I'm going to put him there.
Tell me your 9s.
I'll go Jake Gordon for now.
Lonergan,
Sweet.
With Tate on the bench.
Who's your 10?
Carter.
With Noah on the bench.
Stop jumping the gun. Who's your 11?
You said name it, like I'm naming the back line.
Who's your 11?
Jorgo.
Is he the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jorgo.
Who's your 12? This is the issue. Isn't it?
Len, because they won't put anyone else there.
Nah, hear me out. I'm going to go Crichton.
Do you reckon?